Wow, it is hot, it is bright. I look like a crazy pirate. That's okay. Good morning, everyone. Here we are. We're getting the boat ready to leave so we can leave, so we can go back to see family and friends for the summer and have this baby. There's the bump. I'm halfway. I'm 20 weeks in 2 days. Crazy. Anyway, I'm up here on the fly bridge. Back to things that you might care about. I'm up on the fly bridge. Something that we have to do when we head out of here is prep this boat like there's a hurricane coming, which means I can't do this without sunglasses, which means we have to strip all the cushions and covers. Anything that can that's not attached to the boat has to go inside the boat. You've probably seen this on our other episode when we actually were outrunning a hurricane and we did have to do all this. We're doing it again, even though we're hoping a storm never even comes close. Wish us luck. So yeah, I'm gonna strip all the cushions off and put them down in the captain's room, which is cleaned and ready to kind of stow everything in. We're gonna put our surfboards, our wakeboards, our kite surfing board, our knee board, paddle boards. We have a lot of boards on this boat. So we're gonna show all that stuff. Yeah, let's do this.
I'm Brooke and this is Brayden. We have 2 kids and 2 dogs, Rooney, Penn, Fraser, and Captain. At 75 tons and 55 feet long, our home is different. With time being non-renewable and our home being, well, movable, around the world we go as we roam to know. Welcome aboard, Mermaid Monster.
So I thought I might have to clean these, but they actually look okay. So I don't think I have to clean them.
Okay, for leaving the boat, the ideal solution is to take all the security cameras that are already around the boat and rewire all of them and put new new cable to all of them and have those record and send me information. But then I'd have to rewire everything. They're analog right now and I would like them to be digital. And so I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do all that work just yet. It hasn't been something that I've wanted to bite off. But because monitoring the boat when we're away is important, the system that I have found that works the best is this. How do you say that? How do you say that?
I was waiting for this.
Eufy?
Eufy?
Is this Eufy system?
E-U-F-Y. And
so,
we're not sponsored, you gotta
No,
clarify.
we're not sponsored. So there's another brand that does similar things that's cheaper, but this one's pretty darn cheap anyways, so it looks a little bit better. So why I chose this is that my preferred method is to use the Google stuff, honestly. But it all has to stream to the cloud. This doesn't have to stream to the cloud. Everything has local storage in it. So there's an SD card in most of the cameras and it records directly to that SD cam. So I don't have to pay for any sort of subscription fees, as well as if the marina Wi-Fi, which is never consistent at any marina, goes out, I can still keep the recordings. Which is important. I can go back once the marina Wi-Fi connects and I can see what happened, and hopefully that's not too late. It's not really going to be too late. If I really worry about that, I'll just call someone. But here they have these, here, let me show you the horrible solution, but totally works solution.
Okay.
Alright, so in this spot right here, believe it or not, they're gonna Medmore someone in between us.
Right here. I hope not.
And I prefer them not to, and I hope that the marina doesn't fill up, but they say guaranteed there will be a boat in between us. They don't know who it is, so I'm hoping that that's not true, but I want to see that. We don't have any cameras in this area, so here is my redneck setup on how to do it. Look, this tape's not sticking, and that might be a problem. But this was my setup. I think I'm gonna have to figure out the tape issue. But that camera right there is gonna get a perfect view of what's going on. That battery will last me months. And it's gonna give me this. It's not...
It shows from like here back.
It's not a professional setup, but that's okay. Here, check out my other redneck setup. So look at this. See all this? We washed the boat last week, right here. And this is Sahara sand. Sand from the Sahara coming in and getting the boat dirty already. This needs to get painted. That's a yard list for this time. But we just taped this camera up here. It can get wedged in pretty good, but if someone washes the boat, which they will, they'll probably bump it. So this makes sure they don't bump it, and that gets the entire bow.
Cool.
And those are camera angles that I didn't have otherwise, that I think are important camera angles to monitor the boats. This way I can see what the movement is of all the other boats around me and kind of give me an idea of if I need to worry or not.
Cool.
Yeah.
So there's a little life hack. Eufy.
Yeah, Eufy, cheap. Very, very, very inexpensive.
Cool.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I need you to prop up your phone. Is it possible for you to angle your phone where I can see the box throughout the session?
Yeah, like
Just
that?
like that.
Okay, cool.
Easy. Oh, I cannot tell you what has happened in the last 24 hours. We had, I laugh about it now.
It is so frustrating.
But I still don't really laugh about it at all. It's
not funny.
It's so consuming. So what happened yesterday is they told us, I got a phone call and said, hey, the flight for Captain going out is canceled. And so of course we need to be home before the end of the month, and we're at the 24th right now. And they canceled this flight, and of course the next flight should be on the 1st. That is the only flight that does cargo out of Grenada, except for American Airlines, who says that they're totally full for the week, back to the States. And it's a company called Amerijet, and they ship animals and zoo animals and horses and everything.
They ship horses?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
I had to change everything around. I worked 2 hours with American Airlines on hold.
You had to change my flights too.
I had to change her flights. 2 hours on hold for American Airlines. Of course, the cell phone reception on roaming with AT&T is not the best, so then that cancels,
Horrible.
and then we have to do the whole process again. And guess what we found out today? We found out today that the American Airlines person never actually completed the transaction. I gave credit card information and everything to them so that I could pay the difference in fare, and then they would email me back. They made special attention to make sure that although Brooke is still going tomorrow, that her seats were with the kids, even though I was the middle seat in there, that all the kids got to sit together. We got to do it all again today, and we're still hoping that Captain is able to fly out on the 1st. I had to change rental car reservations because I'm driving Captain from Miami to California.
It is not easy traveling with a dog.
Great cat.
It's
I
also
saw
not
it.
easy getting back into the country, to be honest. It's tough.
Brooke's been working for about
An hour?
An hour.
I can't even just check into my flight.
submitting paperwork to get the U.S.
It's a
to
nightmare.
accept her back into the country.
It's all this testing crap.
It's a lot. It's a lot of testing.
It's silly, bureaucratic, like nonsense. That's what it is. It's nonsense, like all of it. Really, truly. Like, not cool. Anyway, I'm hungry too, and I'm pregnant. I'm allowed to be grumpy.
So we'll see how it goes. I guess I'll laugh about it a month from now. But right now, we're not laughing. It's consuming as can be right now.
So while I'm sitting in the pilot house trying to convince America that I'm worthy to return back to America, only joking, but that's how it feels. Brayden does what he does best when stressed. He cleans, and I ain't complaining about it.
The kids are making fun of my zinc lips. My lips have been getting so sunburned lately, so zinc it is, even if I look like a big dork. We're just going to go to the underwater sculpture garden here in Grenada and go snorkel it. So we want to bring you along with us, so let's go.
So this boat here, it looks like they're pumping out some sort of oil, fuel, something. And they got this big long line. See all the buoys? Oh, there's the hose coming down, see it? Guarded was a total success. It's really neat. There's one that I couldn't find. There's one that is a Volkswagen Bug, and I've always wanted a Volkswagen Bug. So it'd be fun to see one in the middle of the ocean underneath it. It's cement. It's not a real car, but it'd still be fun. And it's the new body style, which isn't worth much, but it'd be cool to see. Alright, so we're on the last checks of everything before we go, and the one thing that I'm going to do just to make sure that we protect the batteries on the boat, is we're gonna turn them off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bypass the inverter, and then we're gonna turn off all the batteries on the rotary switches. Basically, we'll still have power, but we'll have power from the dock over here. We won't have power from the batteries at all. The benefits of this is that if the dock loses power, I don't have to worry about my brand new batteries going dead. Which we probably could last about 2 days, but I don't know how some of these when you're in a different country, sometimes the power is not as stable. It has been always here, but maybe not. Like Puerto Rico wasn't very stable. So we're gonna do that now. So get all the way back here. The first thing that we're gonna do is bypass the inverter here. So, you know, open this up. We're gonna go to, oh, how do we get that open? Off. Lights turned off. That means it works. And off. Bypass, sorry. All right. So now it is bypassed. Now, you gotta turn off all the batteries.
Ourselves starting from scratch, brick by brick.
Malcolm lost his air compressor
Do you really want that?
in the ocean. In the ocean.
No,
Just the
what am
tank.
I on?
Just the tank, not the whole compressor.
Just the
Not the
tank.
horn?
Yeah, not the electronics, just the thing. So, our good friend Patrick is gonna use his
It's like Mr. Cameraman.
California Air Tools compressor. He's gonna dive down and get it. So we throw a line. We tied a line right here with the weight at the bottom of it. And that's showing him where it should be. But what the problem is that the tank had air in it, right?
Yeah.
So did it go directly down, or did it kind of, how did that affect the fall?
Did like the Titanic.
It just kind of like a leaf until it went down. So, no, good luck. Oh, and then the other side note is that Penn is pretty sure he left his bike here, and when we came back in the morning, it was gone. And everyone insists, not just locals, but all the people that have boats here, no one steals anything ever. So, let alone a rusty kid's bike. So we think it's down there, and it was sitting right next to this fancy scooter right here. And just a hunch says that they would steal that scooter before they stole Penn's bike. So they didn't steal it. So I'm pretty sure it's down there too. So it's kind of a twofer. Let's see if he gets them.
Patrick saved the day. Maybe.
The brush is there.
You're gonna find a lot of weird things down there.
All I'm asking now, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up on love.
I just put the meat and then they're doing all the work.
I know that you're tired, my love,
You want it?
but please don't go. There's valleys and mountain tops on this rocky road.
Okay, this is it. We're leaving the boat. The kids have been on the boat for over 3 months. I have been on the boat for that as well, except for a few days when I had to travel home. But we're now heading back to the States, and we're leaving him. Unfortunately.
I got left behind.
Yeah, we don't want to leave you behind.
I don't want to be behind.
This is just the reality of cruising. You have to be really flexible, and then you have to be cool when things don't go your way, right?
Lesson learned. Own a jet. That's the lesson. That's the lesson of this experience. You just have a jet. Everything's okay.
Hey, Pen. Pen, can you buy us a jet one day?
Yes.
There's our problem. It's solved.
I'm getting a ride back to the airport, back to the boat, and Harold's Taxi. Harold's Taxi is quite creative. Look at it. Lights, everything. It's got every knick-knack around.
In sickness or health, for rich or for poor. Every word.
Did we make it back? We're waiting for Uber to get back. No. Ben's excited. You excited, Ben?
Don't give up.
Okay, here we are. Smile. All right, here we are. It is. What day is it, you guys? Wednesday, June 1st. Crazy. So by the time you see this, this will kind of be irrelevant, but this is our story documented. And I'm in California in our house right now that we have while I am pregnant. I'm about 5.5 months along. And long story short, I'm sure Braden's documenting this as well on his end, but I figured I would catch you up on what I know. Braden has been stuck in Grenada for a week because when we went to fly out last week, captain's flight, he has to go out on a cargo jet, a separate plane because he's too tall for like American Airlines flight to go in their cargo. So it got canceled. So Braden had to stay back and they only fly out every Wednesday. So he had to wait. And here the time has come and gone. It's been a week. And he got captain off, and captain's landed, and he's being received by a person that's checking him in and taking him to a boarding facility until Braden can get him tomorrow. Braden's flight, on the other hand, went well, but there were thunderstorms over Miami, and so he was diverted to Palm Beach. And then they sat on the tarmac because they needed fuel, but so many other planes needed fuel as well. And then the pilot's clock ticked up too much to where they can only work, it was like 8 or 9 hours a day. And they were like at 8 hours and 35 minutes. So they couldn't fly. So now they're being towed to some makeshift customs place in Palm Beach. And then they'll be cleared in, they'll get their bags, and then there's buses taking them back down to Miami. Or Braden might take an Uber because his rental car that he's going to pick up to drive across the United States with Captain is in Miami, not Palm Beach. So I feel so bad for him, but I'm so glad it's not me because that would suck. They've been stuck on the plane all day. Anyway, that's an update of what's been going on. Cheers!